NDA aspirants. I, Dr. Anju Chawla, welcome you to a quick session of English at CAVALIER. What is the purpose of this session? Why am I holding it for you? For a very clear reason. English seemingly is very easy, but in the process of calling it easy, we forget that it is scoring too. We may be a very good speaker. We may seemingly not be committing any mistakes while we are speaking. But that's not how you get evaluated in your NDA exam. You need to be grammatically correct. And to understand the grammar, we need to understand the nuances of grammar of every part of speech. Part of speech, my God, what is that? Oh, nothing but noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, preposition and interjection. So these are what we'll talk about in details in the coming sessions. But I still have a point to make, because I want you to know that why are you investing time here? Why are you investing even next 10 minutes here? The point I want to bring home is, one paper of NDA is divided into two parts. First part or first paper being that of maths, 300 marks. To score those 300 marks, you have to practice a lot. Still, you get those 300 marks or not is a question mark. I don't doubt your capability. No, not at all. I'm sure you will do wonders and all the very best for that. But I still have a subtle point to make, and that subtle point is, in paper 2 of NDA, you have 3 sections to it. English, you have science, you have general awareness. Each one of these 3 sections has 200 marks, around 50 questions each. Yes? If you can score in English, that means 200 marks, that too with not a lot of practice, but practice which can come to you easily in your day-to-day conversation. We understand the nuances of grammar, we practice it daily, and things are good. No, you don't still agree with me, I'm sure, because you feel, मुझे तो English आती है, I've been talking in English, so why do I need to study English? Let's take for example, मुझे अगर कहना है कि जब मैं दिल्ली में थी तो मैं उससे कभी नहीं मिली. So how do I translate that? Oh, come on, yes, try doing it. Yes, most of us will translate it. I never met her while I was in Delhi, isn't it? Never का मतलब क्या है? Never literally means कभी नहीं. So when you know that it is कभी नहीं, so how can it be कभी नहीं only in Delhi? The right usage is, I did not meet her while I was in Delhi. Similarly, most of us are like peoples of India or peoples. We use peoples so casually as if peoples is plural of people, which it is not. Meaning of people certainly is plural of person, but when you talk of peoples, you are talking of people coming from different nationality, that is different ethnocentric countries. Like when you say peoples of America, why do you say so and why is it correct? Because you have people from Canada, Mexico, India, Russia, Greece and other places who have come down in America and staying there. So it is peoples of America, nothing wrong. But peoples in India, no. Because we are coming from one nationality, that is India. Similarly, we say vacation, vacations. No. Vacation will mean taking a break from your routine activity, like your office, like your school, college, job. But when you talk of vacations, it is the time when you are proceeding on a break with your family and friends. See how easily we have been making these mistakes? So when we have been making these mistakes and now that we have realized it, don't we think that it is the time to start preparing English so that we can score that high? Yes, we have to score that high because all of you are investing that time, money, effort to get that one seat, and I will ensure that by undertaking the sessions of English, or rather quick sessions of English, you are in a position to score those 200, which will really make or break your merit. Having said that, having put my point forward, I would now like you to sail through the different formats of questions that may come in NDA English paper. I start with spotting the error. गलती ढूंढिए. बहुत मुश्किल है गलती ढूंढना अगर ग्रामर के रूल्स नहीं आते हों. जैसे कि अभी मैंने आपको बताया, नेवर को हम कितने आसानी से यूज़ कर लेते हैं, गलत यूज़ करते हैं. दोबारा लीजिए. Another sentence is never I have met her. Never is an adverb of time. When you use an adverb of time, it should quickly be followed by an auxiliary. But what I have done in this sentence is never I have met her. So I should rather say never have I met her. And this is how I'm going to score. So spotting error will come easy and handy to you once you know the nuances of grammar in terms of all parts of speech. Moving to the second format, which can be synonym antonym. Synonym antonym is something you either know it or you don't know it. Am I trying to say that don't practice for it? No. All I am trying to say is talk in English as much as possible. Speak in English as much as possible. You talk with each other or you talk to each other? Question. Both are correct, isn't it? No. When you talk one-to-one, you are talking with each other, but when someone is talking from an authority one to many, it is talking to. Our Prime Minister will talk to the nation. I will not talk to the nation. I will talk with perhaps a friend of mine. I will talk with perhaps a relative of mine. So that's one-to-one. So you either know the antonym synonyms or you don't know the antonym synonyms. Are you confused? Perplexed? Baffled? These are all the synonyms of confused. How do I know it? By practice, as I said. And how do we get that practice? By speaking right during our sessions, and you can also practice that with your friends. Then next type is sentence improvement. Well, sentence improvement is a combination of knowing your part of speech and the right vocabulary. Cut off, cut out. Off, out, two different prepositions used with the same verb, cut. Does it mean the same? Can I use it interchangeably? Well, no. When you say cut off, you want to remove it. When you want to cut out, you maybe temporarily want to take it out. Like the electricity meter has caught fire, so let the cutout go down. What does it mean? Am I cutting it off? No, I'm trying to cut that down. So these are few tricks and tips of the few formats that I have discussed with you. Moving ahead, you may also have fill in the blank. Again, fill in the blank. Now what happens is when we are reading a sentence, suddenly something comes and we say, oh yes, this should be the right one. But then I don't find that in options. What to do? The trick is not to find the best answer from your memory, from your cognitive learning. The trick is to find the best answer or the most appropriate answer amongst the options that are given to you. That is how we'll practice it, because the key is practice. And as much we practice, we get to know all kind of variations that you may face in your exam. That reminds me. I very often used to get confused between and among. Do you also get confused? Oh, not between and among. That's easy, no? Between is distribution between two. Among is distribution among more than two. No, actually I used to get confused between and during. Wow. What is there to get confused? Between is like beech mein, during is like beech mein. No. Between requires 2 points. The class will take place between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. So I have those 2 points. But if I have to say, will something happen during that time? Then I say the case study will be conducted, or the training will be conducted during the break time. Now I don't know if there are two pillars of that break time. Okay, you may say that I can put my sentence इस तरीके से भी उस तरीके से भी. I will buy your point. Colloquially speaking, you can put your point any which ways, but when you have to get evaluated, you must know the grammar usage, and that's what my endeavor with you through these sessions is going to be. Apart from the sentence improvement, antonym, synonym, spotting error, we also have fill in the blanks and comprehensions. I'll take up comprehensions first. Well, there are two types of comprehensions. One interesting, one uninteresting. So for interesting, perhaps you get those answers rather more quickly than those for uninteresting. But there has to be some tip, some trick to get through. And the trick is, if the passage is not getting clear to you, try figuring out those keywords in the question, locate those keywords in the passage, try hovering around those one or two sentences to get the answer. But in case, if the answer is not given to you directly, then what do? You try to get the tone of the passage and then fit in things. That's important, to understand the tone of the passage. Then you may also have close comprehensions, which is a combination of right vocabulary and right grammar usage. Once you have that right match, you are in a position to carry out close comprehension very smoothly. That's what we are looking at. Having said this, the last but not the least format of questions can be rearrangement of words in a sentence. What happens is, instead of trying to get the essence of those broken, scrambled group of words, we try to put those words in a sentence so quickly that we just forget the essence. So it is important to figure out what probably can be the essence of the sentence and then put the subject verb agreement together. Now, what is this subject verb agreement? If the subject, that is the noun, pronoun, verb, adjective being talked about, is singular, your verb has to be singular and the pronoun has to follow. Otherwise, what happens is the meaning goes off. For example, Ram and Shyam are brothers. Any mistake? No, because Ram and Shyam combined together, right? And they are brothers. They are combined in a sentence with the conjunction and. But how about this? Teacher as well as students is doing her job or are doing their job. We falter here. So the rule of the game here is, when you are combining two or more subjects with and, you use a plural auxiliary with the plural pronoun, but when you are combining two subjects with as well as, we will always follow the first subject to figure out the verb and the pronoun. With this, I bring you to end of this session, a quick session of why should you study English. Of course, to score high, 200 marks can make or break that merit, remember that, and to have run you through the different formats of the questions. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.